Welcome to Parents Make a Difference. I'm your host, Josie PV. Today's guest is a single mom who has her own tutoring company, Annie's Tutoring Center, and she is here to share her story with us. I'm excited for you to hear her story. Welcome, Annie, to Parents Make a Difference. Introduce yourself to the people, to the parents.
Hi, Josie. My name is Annie Huynh, and I am the owner of Annie's Tutoring Center located in Mississauga. And I'm happy to be here to share the story with you and with many parents out there.
Now, as a single mom, it's difficult to juggle family and work, and you figured out a way to do that in a creative way. Can you
Yes,
share with the parents how you did that?
yes, it's actually very, very difficult at the beginning. I have to bring my kids to the tutoring center every day after school so I can watch them and at the same time teach other kids. So I watch them, help them with the school homework, and help other students too. And my kids gain a lot of benefit from that because they see all the kids working, so they working the same. They are doing the same thing too, and so we spend the time together, working together every day.
It's difficult to, we all want our kids to achieve in school because we know that that's the key for them to achieve anything else they want in life. If they can learn how to learn and be lifelong learners, they can learn anything and they can grow in any area. So I think that's fabulous that you have a tutoring center. Um, what made you decide to start a tutoring center?
So when I just came here 33 years ago, there was no tutoring center. I was struggling with English. No one helped me. I have to help myself, do extra work than any other student. And then I thought, you know what? Why don't I do something else to help others people struggling like me? So I had the thought when I was in high school already. And so when I was in university, I started to just go to advertise, like put my name at the community center to be a math tutor. And I started with one student in 2000. I remember in 2000, and then from there one parents referred to another parents and it blew it up. But my whole point is to help other students that struggle the same way that I did.
It's great that you're able to empower students to see that they have more potential. And by seeking your services, they're able to learn more and figure out their strategy of learning so that they can use it outside of your services. There's so much power to that. Truly, there's so much power to that, what you're doing for these kids. And so, for parents out there, um, if your kids aren't learning well, if they're not doing well in school, don't let that stop you. It's not because they can't, it's perhaps they just don't have the right strategy. They need someone to guide them. Any other thoughts on that comment?
Yes, Josie, thank you for brought that up. At the tutoring center, it's not only you help the student with the homework, you actually build up the confidence. When they come to you, not because they don't know, like you say, not because they don't know how to do their homework, it's just that no one guide them properly and the lack of confidence. So where our services coming is to build up the student confidence, to build up their foundation. Once the student has the confidence, the student can do on their own. They are independent. Just be there for them, and the guidance really, really important. They don't have that enough support in school. And sometimes between the student and the parents, there's a lot of miscommunication. So my job is also a bridge between the parents and the student. I remember there was 2 years ago, I have a student, she's in grade 12, and she wanted to be a nurse. Her parents want her to go to medical school, but I tutored her for 3 years. I know her potential, I know her ability. So it was a lot of struggling between the communication between the student and the parent. So I told the student, you know what, why don't we sit down together with your mom and dad and yourself? Tell them what you really want to do, and tell them what you wished you want to do in the future. And I was the bridge between the two of them, and I explained to them what the student really like, because I believe if they do what they're passionate about, then they will do well. And now she's in her third year, second year of nursing. She's super happy, and the parents happy too.
That's wonderful. And yourself, when you had said that you came here at 13 and you didn't have the support. How did you struggle through that? How did you boost your confidence?
So when I came here, I didn't speak a word of English, not even a word of English. So I have to go to the library every day, listen to those recorded tapes to learn English, put in 100% effort in learning every day, working very, very hard. I was able to finish high school in 4 years instead of 5 years. I tried really hard, and I think that all of us, in order to achieve where we are right now, we have to work really hard, and we wanna, in a way, pass that motivation to the children in this generation, because they lack of the motivation, they lack of the eager of learning. So with my own kids, I always tell them the story how mommy struggled when I was young. So now that you have everything, try your best, take advantage of everything you have. Don't take things for granted.
You had shared how your parents were refugees when coming to Canada. Would you like to share a little bit on that?
Yeah, a lot of refugee people. I can relate it to them. My dad was a boat refugee. He escaped Vietnam in a very small boat with hundred of people. So it's like when first for refugee people, they don't consider that they will live when they step on the boat. So luckily, he was alive, and he was able to came to Canada, and then afterward, he sponsored my mom, my sister, and I. We came over, and life was really tough. Everything was hard. So I guess because of that, it motivate me to work hard and to try my best in everything I do. And now that I've done university and everything, we achieve what I achieved what I wanted. I want to give back to the community, and so tutoring was just only a side job when I was in university, but I found that it's so rewarding that I help so many students. I help thousands of students. It's unbelievable. So you know what I say? This is where I can continue on. I not only for me for my own benefit, but for the whole community too.
I love hearing that. And it's interesting how a struggle was what brought you here. You saw a need that you didn't have for yourself. And you thought, I'm gonna create a system to help people just like me who are having the struggle of learning. And you bring hope to me when I hear your story. It's a hope of people coming with a dream to this
Yes.
country.
Yes.
Your father, your family came with a dream,
Yes.
and he was able to achieve more
Mm.
for his family
Yes.
because of his dream for a better life for his family. You were able to start a center, a tutoring center, and
Yes.
help so many other people. What advice would you give your kids now, what you've learned through your experience?
I always tell my children, giving is very important. In life, we only have one life to live. And don't be selfish. Help other people if you whenever you can. And helping is not just giving them money, but it's the services. When I see the student, I sometimes we don't need to do a lot of work, but we sit, we talk. It's more like therapy. But in that therapy, help the student to find the confidence, to find the direction where they want to go, what they want to do in their life, motivate them. I think the emotional, the mental support is very important too, besides learning. I found that every student, when they came out of the tutoring center, they smile. Not only I'm happy, the parents happy. That's just a smile from the student.
So you're building relationships with them.
Yes.
Such a critical point is building relationships with the students, with our kids too, right?
Yes, yes, very, very important. There was one time, I share you a story. There was one time very funny. We were tutoring. I was in the three room at the center. So there was a police came to the center. So the student got so scared. They calling me and say, Annie, there's a police here. And I came out, and there was a police in police uniform holding a timbit box. And I was shocked and they were shocked. He was my student. And he told me, Annie, I was passing by your center so many times, but I didn't get a chance to come and visit you. So today I have a little time. I want to drop by to see you. And to me, it's very touching. And because not only I help them, but they still remember me. They still remember me. Um, Everywhere, if you go in Mississauga and sometimes you ask the student, oh, where do you go for tutoring? You know what they say? I went to Annie's. That's all I need.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful that you're giving people hope and giving them strategies. And I want parents out there to know that they too, if their child is struggling, that they can do so much more than they think they can, gaining
Yes,
that confidence. And you talk to your student, you listen. It sounds like you do a lot of listening,
yes,
an
yes,
opportunity, and I'm sure they feel valued. And
yes,
that's what I'm learning from you, that they feel valued and they feel important, and then they want to learn. They're more open to learning because um, you give them your attention and you make them feel valued, Danny.
yes, yes. I want the center, the tutoring center. My tutoring center is like a specialist. It's not a general. How you have specialist doctor and then you have a family doctor. Mine is like a specialist. Every student is unique, and you have to deal with each individual of them. You have to understand them. You have to connect with them, and that's how you motivate them to work.
Now, if I had my kids in the neighborhood where you were, I would send them there because it sounds like it's a great place to be. But for the
I'm so
parents out there that might be different places around the world, might be finding a place like Annie's where your children can learn, can grow if they're having difficulty. But even if you don't need a tutoring system, I love the way you went out and found your own resources to improve.
yes,
Your story is about searching and problem solving. You saw a need you weren't able to understand when you were learning the language, and you
yes,
went out there and you pushed through the barriers of what you were going through your obstacles.
yes,
That's what I see in your story, a story of overcoming your
Yes,
family, overcoming, pushing through to achieve. And so,
yes,
for those parents out there listening, anything your kids are going through, you, like Annie, can push through your barriers to achieve. You can
yes,
overcome, you can problem solve,
yes,
and figure out ways. And sometimes we need to go outside resources to get that.
yes, yes. I believe life, there's always a solution. There's always options, and as you mentioned earlier, being a single mom is not easy. I have three boys, a lot of stress, and they are at teenager age right now. But I found that it's really important to be there for them, emotionally support, talk to them. We talk to each other every night, see what they're going through, what they're struggling with. Um, you don't have to advise anything, just be there to listen to them. I think is quite important. And academically, of course, it's important, but mentally is crucial too. So I know a lot of parents have children who are at teenager age, have a lot of headaches and stress, and I am going through the same thing. And but I believe that once they get over that stage, everything will be good. But be there for them, and be their friend.
Thank you, Annie. I love your story. It's a story that helps me to remember the power of motivating ourselves, motivating, helping others, of overcoming. Thank you. I hope the parents out there, if you have any obstacles, remember you can overcome. Remember you can push through just like Annie. And remember some of the advice she's given, just to listen, have your kids talk. Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much for being on Parents Make a Difference.
Thank you so much, Josie, for having me share what I went through, for having me be here to share with other parents what all mothers go through, the struggling. Thank you so much.
Parents, remember, you make a difference.